morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God Sex and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is September the 10th, 2024, and today the topic is the unknown. Yes, the unknown. I hope you guys had a wonderful Monday. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was good overall. We knocked out NJ's assignments. Mondays thus far have been a little low key, so we only usually have math and language arts on Mondays, and so we knocked those assignments out yesterday morning. I recorded an episode of the GSL Talk Show, and then after that went on to the church, y'all, to do my Monday night gathering shift, and so. Yeah, man. Overall, everything was cool. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good day. Um, you know, I'm trying to think if there's anything of significance to share. I mean, had some good conversations. My new homegirl, Miss JoJo, that's what we call her, Joanna. She was there serving last night, and so we were able to kind of catch up a little bit about what her weekend looked like and things of that nature. I feel like there's some things to tell y'all, but I don't know. I can't think of anything else of significance that happened yesterday that's worth sharing. You may be noticing your girl, rocking another captain. You know what I'm saying? Um, yes, I got some more for the Embrace by Miracle Sims store. And yeah, man, now this one ain't for sale. The one I'm wearing ain't for sale. This is mine. But there's some other designs and whatnot that I should be taking photos of real soon. And so you guys can get y'all some too, man. Listen, I got a lot of compliments yesterday. And I'm like, it's just so easy. It's just like a cute little, dress, you know what I'm saying? And you put some little sandals on and people make you feel like you together, you know what I'm saying? So just throwing it out there. I love a good captain. I shared that on social media the other day, and these are flowy ones. Like the other ones I have, they're a little bit more, the material is a little stiffer, but these are flowy and air breathable and just make me feel like I was on vacations and whatnot. I'm like, I can't wait to get on the cruises and the vacations and be walking around in my captains. But anywho, yeah, I guess that's it of significance. I can't think of anything else of significance to share. So let's get into this conversation, y'all. The unknown, okay? So what got me to this morning is a variety of things. I can't remember the exact time that I got up, but I did look it up, and it led me to the Strong's Concordance. It led me to two words. One of them was inexhaustible, and then the other one meant God. And I was like, okay, inexhaustible God. Now when I first heard the word inexhaustible, it made me think like not getting tired or something like that. But when I looked up the definition, which I did not write down, but I looked up the definition, and it was more so, instead of like not getting tired, it was like not running out. You know what I'm saying? Like an abundance, and it just goes and goes and goes. It never ends type thing. And I could see how that could clearly define the Lord, but that is not where my thought process stopped. Okay. So that was one of the first things I thought, right? And so then I'm listening to the prayer meditation and things of that nature. And it asked a good question that I just kind of was like, I can't remember exactly the question it asked, but I know at some point I pretty much was thinking like, well, Lord, I wish I could remember the question that it was asking, but basically, my answer was, I want to know you, Lord, but like, no, you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, again, there's a lot of things that happened between the time I woke up and now, but I'm trying to, again, like I said, remember like how I got to today's topic. And so I remember thinking something along those lines of like, I know, you know what I'm saying? You're real. I know you're there. Um, but I wish I knew or knew, no, you know what I'm saying? But in that same time too, it's like, well, do I, need to see God? You know what I'm saying? Do I need, those additional confirmations and whatnot? Or can I just be okay with just knowing in my heart? So I was kind of, thinking about all of these different things. And so ultimately what I was receiving is quite a few things this morning. So I was receiving that we need to have childlike faith. I was receiving that it's okay not to know. And then I just was, receiving that again. God is this, inexhaustible God, you know what I mean? And that he's wonderful and things of that nature. And we're going to never end, at least on this side of life, right? We're never going to fully understand every single thing. And so I came across this quote that stood out to me while I was on this journey this morning as well. And it was talking about, and I think I shared it on our social media, but it pretty much was talking about how you can dissect the rose to learn more about it, but by then you've lost the beauty of just admiring and appreciating the rose. And something about that again was just really, really resonating when it came to this whole conversation. And so, I took some time with chatholybible.com, that app I be telling y'all about almost every day. And no, I'm not no affiliate or anything. So, I'm just letting y'all know my resources. But anyway, yeah, I took some time and was thinking through that. And I was like, I see all these pieces of this puzzle, Lord. You're showing me something this morning where it's like, you're showing me that you're wonderful, you're vast, you're big, and we're not going to fully understand you. But at the same time, too, you're showing me something about having like childlike faith and pursuing you in a way where, we are striving to get to know you, even though we aren't going to know every aspect. And then also, you're sprinkling in this idea of being okay with that. And so, with all those things on my heart and mind, I just wanted to go deeper, man. I just really, really wanted to go deeper, as well as get more rest. So I was trying to think, like, what can I listen to help me get to know God more? And there was some different things I was listening to. Some things that Jesus said, which ain't gonna lie, man. As I was listening to it, I felt like more confused. I was like, man, I feel like I should have had more clarity with listening to this, but it seemed, to make me more confused. So I ended up going back to good old Job because I wanted to hear again what God had to say about himself in the first paragraph of Job 38, which I thought was interesting because y'all know I just turned 38. So when I turned to it, I was like, 38? But anywho, that's when God started to respond to Job. And just that first paragraph is just so powerful all by itself. Like, even not saying that the rest of it ain't powerful too, but again, those first few lines of, were you there when I created the earth? And all those different questions was just very profound as always. And so I was listening to that, listening to God's response, and it was resonating, but I also ended up going back to sleep. And I think I had some dreams between last night and this morning too. I think there were some dreams, but I did not remember them enough to write them down or anything like that. But anyway, so by the time I got back up and we was getting ready to go off to work and all this different type of stuff, obviously God brought back to my heart and mind about the unknown. And I went deeper and looked into, went to openbible.info and plugged in the phrase, it's okay to not know, or something along those lines. Or along those lines. I wrote it in the Go Deeper section, but I plugged that phrase in, and that's where majority of the verses came from that are resonating with me this morning. And again, I think the conversation kind of touches on all of the things I just shared and all of the thoughts that I was having this morning. But it's more so focusing on, again, being okay with not knowing, right? Being okay with having that childlike faith and just believing without seeing and things of that nature. And so here are the verses that were standing out to me to share this morning, y'all. Get ready, get ready, get ready. All right. So Proverbs 25:2, it says, it is the glory of God to conceal things, but the glory of kings to search things out. So again, I mean, if you want to know God, we can get to know him, and he'll let us know some things. I mean, there were several verses that I came across this morning, talking about how, knowing things in pieces, right? And knowing things in part and things of that nature. And so again, even as we seek the Lord, and he can be found, that's what the word is telling us. But again, still understanding that we're still not going to know all the things. Like he can give us pieces and parts and reveal however much he wants to reveal to us. But don't think that your little revelation is going to take care of every single thing in life in reference to God and in reference to our experience, what we're experiencing right now. And so, but again, it's in glory of God to, or it is the glory of God to conceal these things, right? But it is the glory of kings to search things out. So I hope that you are searching things out. Don't get discouraged just because you may not fully understand and you only get a little piece and a little part. Be grateful for that piece and part, man. The wisdom and the revelations and stuff like that. I mean, again, I'm so thankful like every morning to receive juice to be able to share. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that how much this has changed my life to be more intentional, to study and take the time, and then again to hold myself accountable by sharing it, and knowing that I've been doing this April 1st, 2020, and just about every day, Monday through Saturday, the Lord has been revealing pieces of himself and revealing parts of whatever he wants me to share to me to ultimately share to you, and so again, even with the studies, right? Everything that I've studied since 2020, there's still so much more to learn and so much more to know. So again, but more than anything, I'm learning to be okay with not knowing it all. Matter of fact, the lady that I was speaking with yesterday, that's going to be on a future episode of the GSL Talk Show, was basically sharing how she, went on this journey of seeking wisdom and interviewed all of these people and things of that nature, and came to whatever revelations that she came to that she wrote in her book. But the main thing that stood out to me when I think about this concept of wisdom and things like that is understanding that a really true wise person understands that they don't know it all. Like those that think that they know it all and they've arrived and they got every piece of knowledge that could possibly be gotten here on earth. Those people, it seems like they aren't fully wise in my little opinion, but those people or those individuals that, can humbly say, hey, I don't have it all figured out. I don't know it all. And then just be content and comfortable with that. And not saying it's not, more to learn and don't take time to learn and stuff like that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like acting as if, okay, I don't know it all. I'm not going to ever learn it all, so I'm not going to learn nothing. Like, I'm not talking about that type of thinking. I'm talking about the type of thinking that you've learned, you're constantly seeking, you're, again, seeking the Lord and things of that nature, and then understanding more and more every day that I have not arrived. There's so much more to learn. There's so much more to know, and things of that nature. So there's a difference. And I think, again, it's something to us seeking these things out and being grateful for what God does reveal to us, right? Let me give you guys another verse. It's Job 30 and 37. Job 37 and 5. It says, God thunders. I had to make sure, okay? God thunders wondrously with his voice. He does great things that we cannot comprehend. So again, I mean, it's talking about that he does great things that we cannot comprehend. There's plenty, again, of verses that reiterate that, there's things available, right? Knowledge, X, Y, and Z, but then we don't comprehend it. We don't know. We don't understand. Like those type of things are reiterated in the Bible multiple times. But I just felt led to write down that one. So let's keep going. 2 Corinthians 5 and 7, it says, for we walk by faith, not by sight. Again, it's easy to say that, okay, if we see God right now, we'll believe. Now, hey, again, people walked with Jesus and saw Jesus, but they didn't believe. So it's not about this. The seeing is not what the believing, as people say. But it's, again, walking by faith. Again, like even my prayer this morning, I was like, I know, Lord, you're real. But at the same time, too, I'm human and and I question, and it's like, I don't know because I don't see, but I feel you, I seen you working in my life, and things of that nature. And so again, this is the faith, right? This is the faith that the Bible is talking about, walking by faith and not by sight. And then, asking yourself, hey, is it truly faith to see and then believe? Like doubting Thomas and things of that nature. Christ said himself, blessed are those that have not seen, and things of that nature. So, just reflect on that. Let me give you guys another verse. Philippians 4:7. It says, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will sorry, y'all know how I do with this writing. I'm so sorry, y'all. But y'all can go read the verse for yourself. But something hearts and your minds. Wait. Will something your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus guard or gird? One of those. Look it up, make sure. But it might be guard though. So it's with guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. So obviously that part wasn't the part that stood out to me the most. The part that stood out to me the most in that verse is the part that talks about the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding. Again, we know peace, right? And we know of God, right? But the peace of God surpasses all understanding. It surpasses, again, anything that we think, right? And how can someone thrive in the pandemic? That's peace that surpasses all understanding, right? How can those that people consider to be the least, right? The people that are like, oh, they're in these countries and they don't have X, Y, and Z, but they're thriving, they're smiling, they're happy, they have joy, they have peace. Like, that's a peace that surpasses all understanding. Oh, that doesn't make sense. They don't have all the things that makes our life easy. X, Y, and Z. That doesn't make sense to us, right? But again, that's for me as an example of peace that surpasses all understanding. And so, again, friends, I mean, the word is reiterating to us that there's peace that goes beyond our understanding. There's plenty of things that we are not able to comprehend, and it tells us clearly that God has things concealed for His glory. It is His glory to conceal things and things of that nature. That doesn't mean don't seek it out. That doesn't mean don't go ahead and pursue God and things of that nature. And I believe He wants us to do that. But then again, like I said, let us start to learn how to be content with knowing that, hey, even with all the revelations that we get and receive, that we're not going to have it all figured out. And we may never know the greatness and the magnitude of all the things that God, it entails and has done and all these different things. And so, that's pretty much the juice this morning. Again, you guys can go deeper. I mean, plenty of verses to go deeper to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. Matter of fact, I even said you just go to openbible.info and plug in that phrase. It's okay not to understand, and check out the verses that resonate with you. But let me share with you all the Bible verse of today, and it is 1 Thessalonians 5:12 and 13. It says, and we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord, admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their word's sake or world's sake. Check it, make sure. And be at peace among yourselves. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow.
Bye. I'm gonna watch TV.
And there you go, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice. Hope that you guys are encouraged and inspired. Thank you so much for listening, watching, subscribing, and sharing all those wonderful things. As you guys can see, it's my co-host, Mr. NJ. How you doing this morning?
Doing good.
You're doing good?
I'm eating salad.
You're eating a salad for breakfast?
Uh-huh.
All
so
right.
I could get...
Oh, no, not right now. Matter of fact, Papa told me a secret.
Tell me.
I can't tell you because you just did it. So that means I got to do what Papa said. But we got a lot of school stuff to do today. Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Since you done the show.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Since you done the show, are we gonna go somewhere?
No, not today. Today we got a lot of school things to do.
But I need to get my bag.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Oh. Y'all see this? Y'all see? Abuse. Are you abusing your mommy? It's not nice. Well, you apologize. I love you, my baby. I love you, my baby. Well, friends, I hope y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. And I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow at the Lord's will. Ew, you always doing something nasty right before it's time to. Y'all have a wonderful. Ew, get out of here. Get out. Go. Y'all have a wonderful day. I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow at the Lord's will. Bye-bye. 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 NJ.